Going to be making up some garlic bread today. Really quick, simple recipe, and it's very cheap to make. Now, one of the good things about this garlic bread is you can use up your old stick of bread. So if you bought a French stick of bread, you know, and you've got it a day or two later and it's still sitting in the cupboard, get it out, make up some garlic bread. Now, all we're going to use ingredients wise is a bit of butter. Now, I've got my butter there, and I'm going to use about a third of the block, so about 80 grams, 3 garlic cloves. Now, if you want to sort of start with 2 garlic cloves, you know, maybe not so strong, you know, give that a go first. But I'm going to use 3 because I like the nice garlicky flavour in there. Got the parsley, got a good sort of bunch of parsley. I bought this one out of a packet actually, 25 grams. Just going to peel all the leaves off and then chop it down really nice and fine. Then what we're going to do is put the garlic, crush it up in the pestle and mortar there, add the butter, mix that all around, and then we're going to add the parsley. So I'm going to get it all prepared, get it ready, and we'll start crushing up the garlic first. So I've got my garlic cloves, I'm just going to pop those in, and with the pestle and mortar, I'm just going to crush this down. Now, I won't actually sit here and watch it, you know, put it on the video, because it'll be a horrible noise. So I'm just going to crush it as fine as I possibly can. Obviously, if you haven't got a pestle and mortar, it's a good one for your Christmas list. Otherwise, any crushing machine, or, you know, try and chop it with a knife as fine as you can. So I'll just crush that away until it's really nice and fine. Now, I finished sort of crushing that, and you see it's almost like pulpy if you look at that. Really nice and fine, and that'll just blend in really nice and easily with the butter. So now what I'm going to do is add about 80 grams of butter. Any butter. So with the butter, I'll say, not an exact measurement, about a third of a block, slightly less, slightly more, that'll be fine. So let's put that in the pestle and mortar. So I'm just going to put that butter in there like that really, and just again work it so that the garlic's kind of nicely mixed up. And then what we're going to do is quickly chop down the parsley and add that in, and it'll be delicious. Now I'm just going to move the buttery mix out of the way, and I'm just going to bring something to chop up the parsley. Just going to put my board there. I've had this one a while. I don't often put it on the video, so I thought I'll just put it on today. Just going to put all that parsley in there. Just to show you, I left all the stems behind. I didn't use that. I mean, you could use those in a soup or something. Really delicious. Now, I don't use this machine very often, but let's just want to get it really nice and fine. I mean, you could do it, roll it up and sort of cut it with a pair of scissors, or you could chop it with a sharp knife, whatever you've got. So I think I've pretty much finished that now. Nice and fine. Look at that. Lovely and fine. And that will just go in nicely with the butter. So let's take that out of the way, bring the buttery mix back, and just really kind of blend it all up together and get it, you know, all sort of mixed up nice and evenly. So I'm just going to put that in there. That'd be really nice and sort of add a nice freshness to it. Now again, just going to give it a very gentle stir. As I say, you know, you could do it with a fork maybe. I'll just gently mix it up. Squash it down a bit. And then really, the buttery garlicky mix is all done. And then all we've got to do is just get the bread, cut a few slits and put all these lovely flavours in there, and it'll be amazing. So I think that's all mixed up, didn't take long, just a minute really. Look at that. That is lovely, ready to go. So move that out of the way, let's get those half baguettes and just make some little cuts on the side. So I've got the 2 baguettes, I'm just going to move one out of the way a minute, turn it on its side, and what we're going to do is just slice down a little way, no more than about half really. Just make some little slits, and this is so we can put all those lovely buttery juices in there. That's it. I'll do the same with the other one, and then we're ready to go. Now for the little tricky bit, what we've got to do is to get that lovely buttery mixture in there. So what I'm going to do is just turn it around a minute. I never know quite exactly the best way of getting it in there, but just try and gently pull it apart and just push it in as much as you can really. Just try and get it right in there. So I'll carry on doing the rest of those, and the same for that baguette, and just try and use up all this buttery mixture. Now I'm just going to do the second one. I got the first one done. I found in the end the best way is to kind of just hold it between your fingers gently, because obviously you don't want to pull it apart too much. Get the spoon and just sort of scrape it so it's flat, and then you can put it in and just try and make sure you pack it in on both sides and get as much in there as you can. So again, I'll just carry on doing those. Be gentle, because you don't want to break the bread, which is why you don't want to cut it too far. Scrape that in there. Just get it in however you can, really. You'll probably come up with a better idea than me. But there you go. I'll just carry on with the rest of those. So I've got me 2 baguettes and I've filled up with a lovely garlicky parsley mixture. Look, I'll just show you. Open it up a little bit. I've tried to pack it in as much as I can. I mean, they are a bit fiddly and it takes a bit of time, but it will be worth it. Now, I've got a little bit of the mixture left, not too much. But as I've got a bit of this old lot here, I might as well just use a bit of that. Just pop that in there. And this one, if you find, you know, obviously the other way really fiddly, you could go sideways like this. Open it up very slightly, and then again, just put all your mixture in there really. Just try and spread whatever you've got left. And we'll put these, all wrap them up in a bit of tin foil. Ah, it'd be gorgeous. Look at that. There you go. That one's going to be really nice actually. So I'm just going to wrap it up in a little bit of tin foil and then ready to go in the oven. I'm just going to wrap these up. That one fairly tight. Try and keep the juices in. And again, with these ones, just going to pop them in. Roll them up like that. And what we're going to do is cook the first 10 minutes with a tin foil on, and then after that, we're just going to give it 5 minutes with the tin foil sort of taken off so that it browns the top. So again, you notice that I'm putting this side up, so try and make it. There you go, 1, 2, 3, all done. Put them in a baking tray, let's get them in the oven. So I've got my garlic baguettes all ready to go, so I'm just going to pop those into a preheated oven, temperature wise 180 degrees Celsius, 350 Fahrenheit, gas mark 4. Now we want to cook these in total for about 15 minutes, but after 10 minutes what we're going to do is just pull them out, open up the tin foil just to brown the top off and make them look a little bit more delicious. So 15 minutes in total, pull them out in 10 minutes time. So I've been cooking for exactly 10 minutes, so I'm just going to pull this out, put it on the table, and what we're going to do is just cut the top of it so we've got, you know, all the sort of bread underneath nicely exposed, and put it back in for another 5 minutes. So let's put it on the table and open up that tin foil. Now be careful because it's still going to be hot, you know, we just pulled it out of the oven. Now what you want to do is just to open up the top of it to expose it, so when we put it in for the last 5 minutes, kind of browns it off a little bit. Now obviously you could fiddle about with a tin foil, whatever, but I think what I'm going to do is just poke a pair of scissors in and just run along the top there, and then it doesn't disturb all that tin foil down the side so much. So just go along. I mean, do be careful, because what you don't want to do is get tin foil in your food. So just pull it along like that. Look at that, that's looking good. So as I say, just open it up enough so we can get a little bit of colour on it. So I'll just do that with this one. The small one, I'm just going to leave it as it is. So there you go, they're all ready. I'm going to put them back in the oven another 5 minutes. Same temperature, just to brown them off, and then we're going to try one. So say, just pop them in, another 5 minutes, pull them out and we try it. So we've had that garlic bread back in there for that extra 5 minutes with the tin foil uncovered. And look at that colour, it's starting to look really nice now. What I'm going to do is pull this out, put it on the table, put it on a plate, and we're going to try some. So I've just taken my garlic bread out. Look at that, looking good. Nice bit of colour. The extra sort of 5 minutes just gives it a lovely sort of colour and makes it a little bit crispy. So what I'm going to do is, I'm actually going to take them out of the tin foil, break them up, put them into a plate, and we're going to try some. I'll just show you. I'm going to grab one of these. We'll open it up. Look at that. Oh, it's looking good. Really nice and juicy. You can see all that garlicky butter in there all the way through. Look at that. That is delicious. Oh, it's going to be good. So I'll just carry on doing that. These are really hot. Oh. Now I decided to put the plate in view. There we go. Oh yeah, that looks lovely. And then of course we've got this really nice little one here. Just going to open it up. There it is. Oh, that really is like that one. There you go. Lovely. That is going to be delicious. I might let that cool down just for a minute before we actually eat it, but oh, can't wait. I think these ones are just a little bit cooler, so I'm going to try one of these. Just bring that up and see it's both sides packed to the rafters with those lovely flavours. Let's just try a bit. I like it. That is delicious. Really nice and garlicky. It transforms that old bread, turns it into something really delicious. So use up your old bread, make this delicious recipe, and you can't go wrong. Oh yeah. I love it. Now I didn't think I could go until I ate a bit of this one. I mean, this is going to be so garlicky, it's almost like leftovers, so I'm just going to try a bit of that. Got to have a bit. Look at that. Let me see. Oh. You'll love it. So just before I go, I just want to say a big thank you to everybody who watches me videos, rates them, subscribes, and all the people that drop in, leave comments. Always really appreciated. Nice to hear from everybody. I try and answer as many of the comments as I can. Now keep it going, keep watching me videos, because we're nearly at 2 million views now, so that's really excellent, you know. And just past the 5,000 subscribers, so I'm looking for the 10,000 subscribers, so please subscribe and watch me videos and come back soon. All the best, the original Naked Chef.